Gentlemen's Club. Alongside ally Wilhart Gromson, the company had succeeded in reaching Matorka, and the place is caught between chaotic events. On one side, a prince who has lost his son, drowning himself in hallucinogen and leading his kingdom in indecision and ruin, allowing corruption, undead, and bandits to fester. On the other, we have the mysterious closing of Myrmidons, a city that, once, served as the crown jewel of the Border Princes, the only city capable of showing the world the region had true civilization. The city's closure has disrupted trade and the flow of people, both foreign and domestic, and the stories go that the city itself is one of silence and ghosts. After defeating a local necromancer, Wilhart can't deny what he just saw. Lucas de Vitale, priest of Moor, using a preternatural ability to influence a horse to suicide itself into the clutches of the undead. Was this some ability of the priesthood, or something more? Will the Gentlemen's Club uncover the conspiracy? Will they maintain their cohesion amidst the increasing chaos? Only the gods shall know.
Cohesion.
Cohesion. What?
You forgot about the most important part. Hangus is gonna get laid.
Yes, I know, but that wasn't important enough to put in the previously on section. So.
Well, and a horse killing himself is.
No, Lucas using a preternatural ability, which could potentially reveal his true nature to the party is.
Ooh,
Listen,
okay.
Kurlas, as far as Kurlas is concerned, he just looked at that horse and he's scared.
Yeah. You sure the horse?
He's almost as
wasn't bad?
intimidating as our cart.
So here's what we're gonna do. For these two scenes, we're gonna get the old battlefield out of the way, the remains of that. And then we are going to do the goofy ass date. And then we are going to do the time skip, and the session will continue as normal.
Sounds good.
Sounds excellent.
Beautiful.
Okay. Integritus, I'm going to put you in here just so you can see what's happening, so you're not looking at a black screen and feeling left out.
Excellent. And may I have just 45 seconds?
Sure.
Give me a quick second here.
Oh, he's leaving.
Oh, did he actually leave the chat?
Yeah, I think he's stepping away for 45 seconds, not needing to talk for 45 seconds.
Oh, yeah.
I'll give you the floor. I relinquish the floor.
It didn't sound like he was like, let me give you 45 seconds to say something. He was like, oh, okay. That's what it sounded like.
I mean, he's gonna need more than 45 seconds to watch Cyberpunk.
No, he just has it on fast forward.
Times 100 fast forward.
Oh,
Right.
I didn't. Oh my god, I'm goofy. I viewed the scene. I didn't activate the map.
Yeah. This is a really nice Border Prince map, though.
Yeah, I got it off the internet.
The internet.
That's where I got everything, actually. It's great. Oh yeah, if you guys notice the pings. Oh wait, let me unpause the game. The pings changed. So if you look at that. Damn, it's all
I like that
cool
more.
now. Yeah, I actually kind of like the previous one because it's like more clear who's doing it, who marked it. But whatever.
Yeah. Well, so personal ones are just green. It looks because for me it's always green.
Wait, it's because that's your color. If you look at the bottom left, everyone has their assigned color.
Oh, okay. I didn't even notice that.
No, it's still So yeah, it works exactly like it did before. It just blinks and it's far more visual.
It blinks instead of just like appearing.
How
do I make it?
Stop coming in right behind you. Boop boop boop.
Yeah.
All right. So Integritus would probably alert Hangus, but only like 5 minutes before the actual date of the plan.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you hear it? Did you hear it earlier, John?
Was it? I walked away for like 45 seconds.
I thought you were there before that, but no, we're getting the immediate RP out of the way of Wilhart noticing Lucas using preternatural powers, of the strange man appearing and all this sort of stuff, and then we'll get to the goofy date.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, let's get the serious RP and then comic relief.
Yeah, we can't have the comic relief first. It'll be weird.
Yeah, first the filler, then the plot. I completely
Exactly.
understand.
Wait, haven't you ever watched an episode of DBZ?
100%.
Fair. Yeah,
Pretty much
yeah.
that's 15 minutes of the last episode.
It's all canon.
So what you're saying is we need 15 minutes of screaming lady.
We need. Look, we just need 15 whole minutes of screaming lady. Okay, that's what
Can
we
we
need.
like edit like a hentai moan into the Screaming Lady soundtrack?
Why?
Yeah, we
Just
could.
sounds like
That
it
is-
would fit the tone.
We are.
could.
That is within our power.
I think I will. Be the change you wish to see in the world.
All right.
Right.
So
Well.
Roderick just received the pseudo forgiveness from the ghost of the boy, and the group is surrounded by the dead, be they both recent allies and the departed long ago.
I've never seen such death in my life. Even on the march, nothing this gruesome. Thank God this beast is dead.
Wilhard's gonna grab Lucas by the arm before he walks back to the group. He's also gonna level his pistol. One of his pistols.
How obvious is the leveling of the pistol?
Oh, it's there. Like you see the pistol. It's there. These also aren't like they're not like they're small. These things are like 1.5 feet long. I can't be sneaky about it.
Gotcha. In
Like,
that
the thing's
case,
like as big as my fucking forearm. So.
in that case, as I'll tell you level that pistol at Lucas. I look at you and there's this moment of hope that just sinks into disappointment. Okay, like just shoulders sunken, almost tired. Grabbing the very end of the barrel, holding it about an inch beneath the rib cage, over the xiphoid process, looking at you in the eyes and saying, "Haven't I earned your trust?"
Well, Lucas, you did, yes. But you also seem to have lied about your current occupation. I don't know what you did, but that horse definitely. The look it gave you in its. Well, I guess final moments for whatever it's worth to a horse. It definitely looked like it understood whatever it was you told it. I'm gonna need you to be clean with me, Lucas. Are you an unregistered beast mage?
I'll assure you, and I can make you this promise. I am not part of that wind of magic. I have never tamed a squirrel. I have never ridden upon a bear. I have not, on any point, dressed up as a wolf, gone into town over the course of a weekend, and just lost myself in revelry and dance the whole time. Those are things that have never happened.
Lucas, give me a charm check.
Not a furry confirmed.
Do.
You guys should be able to drag your characters to the macro as well, if need be. All right, marginal success. Now, Lucas has the power, by the way, guys. Lucas has this thing called cat-tongued. You can't actually roll intuition when Lucas lies. It's all dependent on his charm roll, which is really powerful.
I have only spoken the truth and nothing but the truth since the beginning of this session. I'm also very keenly aware I have a loaded gun pointed directly at me, point blank, with a finger on the trigger. A mere hair's breadth from a life-ending boom.
So, Wilhard also cares less if you're currently lying. That's not what he's looking for. Lucas, I wish that you had just nodded and said yes.
Damn.
Because that means whatever you are, if you're no wizard, Lucas, he'll pull back the hammer on his pistol. it is a problem. Friend or
Hold.
not, you will need to tell me. Or one of us is not walking away from this conversation.
Holding the barrel in holding the barrel in place, looking you directly in the eye, no malice, no anger, no frustration or ill intent whatsoever. I asked you earlier, and I'll ask you again. Have I earned your trust by this point? That I will do you no harm, that I mean you no ill intent. If you want to, just for you, I'll tell you the truth. All of it, but only to you.
No lies, no whatever that charm was, Lucas.
No. You're a good man. You exemplify some of the best humanity has to offer and the best it can become. I would not do you any harm more than I could a beautiful art piece. And I would want you. I think of you as a friend.
If you're being honest with me, then a sailor's handshake it shall be. Willhart releases your arm for a moment and spits into his hand and holds it out.
I reciprocate the motion, going with getting an adequate wall of phlegm in there, spitting and shaking hands.
Willhart puts the hammer back. He resets it on his pistol and lower it. Not all the way down. He's still at a drawed position. Like he can still just flick it up and pull the trigger if need be, but it is lowered more towards like your kneecap. Well, Lucas.
Only to the kneecap.
Look, if you can't run,
It's no
tell me.
longer at your head. Now it's aimed at your balls.
Lucas, it's get to explaining, yeah.
I think I could explain to you, and I think you would listen. But a group, collectively, I might as well give them the headsman's axe and lie down at the ground.
Yeah, that's why I'm not telling anyone, Lucas. Unless it's bad enough I have to, obviously.
I assure you, you will have no reason to give me any ill intent or any murderous intent. Not as though I can stop you thoughts as soon as I walk 3 feet away. But at some point, I asked if you decide to trust me. I have to decide if I trust you, and I decide yes.
Good, I think. Well, what do you have to say for yourself then, Lucas? If you're no wizard, and then I have to assume what the demon said was true those weeks ago.
Well, was this the same demon that, through their power, would have devoured the soul of every person within our company? Would have devoured, destroyed.
Lucas, whatever good deed you've done, it's done. You don't need to tell me. You don't need to remind me.
Are you sure? Because I think there's still a gun pointed at my kneecap.
There is. But your honeyed words and bribery mean very little to me. I just want the truth.
Glancing over at the other people, still in earshot, moving back to you, move my eyes back to you. When we're alone, when we have some privacy, away from anyone who could listen in, at least when it's very sharp at least when it's very sharp senses. Later on, I'll tell you everything. Just not right this moment. That is a promise.
Tonight when we camp, we'll go for a stroll, Lucas. It might be a long one.
Oh no.
Well then, I look forward to it. Spending time with my friend.
I agree. I'll finally holster my handgun. Well, my pistol.
That was like really tense. Holy shit.
Am I within hearing range of that? Of any of that?
I mean, it's like raining. It's right after the battle. You got adrenaline running through. I mean, I don't think any of
Okay.
you guys have acute sense hearing anyway, so.
Roderick does, I think.
No, he has smell.
Oh, that's so weird. But okay. Yeah, I figured I wasn't close enough. So as that's going on, Aluda is approaching the corpse of the poor, mutilated dragonling whose soul was fucking defiled, and she kneels down before it, places her hands on its head, and starts praying to the gods of mercy that she knows. This is there's a difference between a hunt, like a proper hunt, even a savage hunt, and like the true defilement of the dead and their souls. And even this is just anathema to her. And she's actually crying with her hands laid on the dragon's head. And it's quite solemn.
Yeah. Perlas is kind of surprised by that. He's gonna go up and kind of pat Aluda on the back and say, I expected that you'd seek a trophy from this creature, but I can see now that this is too serious of a moment for that. And I don't understand all of your ways, but if you need time to process this, then I'll be over there tending to our wounded and to our bodies.
Yeah, she just kind of does a shallow nod and looks up into the sky. And all you hear is just muttered Eltarian from her lips.
Him.
Yeah.
Okay. Roderick, do you have anything to say about this moment, or?
He's busy looking at his knights like, I paid you, like you're supposed to be useful.
I paid good money for you.
I didn't pay anything.
Is there like I realized they were free.
Is there a what is it like this? What is it like in this universe? Like the sign of the cross or something like that?
It would depend on what god you worship, what cult. Like for example, there's a couple rituals for each of them, like more, for example, and all that. Like I don't know them off the cuff, but if you want to just do like a ritual of a specific god, just say so. No big deal.
I'm like, no, I'm like, he's like, like there was a god this strange person that was following him was a god, and he presented himself here in the presence of a god himself, and which is processing the spiritual magnitude of what happened. She's not saying much. I don't know if the rest of you like are processing.
Kurlas doesn't know what he saw.
Literally just walked up and called themselves a fucking god, called themselves an aspect of fucking Moray Hag.
An aspect of Aerith Kial of more of the end, essentially, and
yeah.
Yep. And
there's just a lot going on right now. Aluda's emotionally.
Yeah, there's like 6 things operating.
Yeah.
Well, Roderick has like he saw like a ghost of this kid, and then he saw the god, and it's also like he was on this pilgrimage and this priest who knew who he was and sent him on this quest, and then the boy appeared and the god appeared and all that. And it's just like, oh my god, kind of like in awe, but it's the
Are you
whole
saying all
quest.
this out loud?
No, it's like it's quiet. She's like looking in the sky and like kind of
Like
like
existential dread,
like
confusion.
Erlas is gonna go up to Roderick and say, "Well, what if that was a bunch of bollocks, wasn't it? More? Everyone knows that the only mortals who ascended to godhood are Sigmar and Myrmidia. How could that? I don't know that who that man was or why he's been following us, but that I don't know what to make of that display. Roderick, you're a pretty sane man. What do you make of this?"
that's actual science, by the way.
Hmm?
That's actual silence.
He just gives you silence.
Oh, okay. I was I wasn't sure. But Kurlas just shrugs at this and it's like I mutters to himself, this is just utter lunacy. What's the world coming to? And at this point, Kurlas is going to go over to Wilhart and Lucas and kind of flag them and say, "Hey, I can't believe we got out of that one. Are you all holding up okay?" Last thing I remember, that horse ran up from where you all were, but I didn't see much of you afterwards.
I'm just glad I'm in one piece. It's been a stressful evening.
Here, and Lucas, I think that now more than ever, we need your services now. The Meridian teachings don't highlight as many rituals for the dead as I'd like, so I'm hoping to use some of your knowledge in that department.
And I
Also,
put my hand. Go ahead.
I don't mean to be rude, but I definitely told you all we shouldn't fight a dragon.
Well, it was a dragonling, in fairness.
No, that was a dead dragon. That was alive.
Well,
So
That was a dead dragon. That was alive.
there's no excuse to be like, oh well, it wasn't a full. It was a fucking dragon that killed 2 well-trained knights in a single swoop and almost turned me and 2 of your companions into fucking goop.
this is true, and I wholeheartedly agree. But as it stands now, I've given my pledge and to this company, and I want to see it through to the end. But I do think that in the future, I agree, we need to plan our battles more carefully than that, because that
Yes.
could have turned into a bloodbath very quickly.
Maybe bring more than 5, 6 schmucks to fight a dragon. Just a little bit.
Dragonling.
Dragon. Like I don't. It's bigger than me. It killed 2 grown men. It's a dragon.
Pretty
This is
small for a dragon.
That's true. Lucas, can I get your help though? We
Yes, you-
desperately need to bury these 2 knights.
I wouldn't
Yes, you
bury-
can.
I wouldn't
When
bury them
asked,
here.
What's the least we can do for them? They did fight by our side.
Understandable. Bury them as you wish. It's not here. The fucking necromancer was just here. You kidding me?
The
Necromancer.
necromancer is dead.
This is
But
no
this
longer
is not
sacred
the-
ground.
Yeah, this is
Well-
not good ground for burial.
You don't bury the dead in cursed ground. What's wrong with you?
Well, this is why we need the priest of Moor.
Kurlas, he's learned a lot on the march. He has facts mixed up. Don't be hating.
Yeah. All right.
Well, there is a cemetery like just right close by.
There is. All right. Does anyone else have anything to add at this little bit at the end of the last session?
Yeah, Lucas will go around performing last rites, he'll say closing the eyes, wishing blessings upon the dead, and asking for at least someone to help him move the heavily armored knights over to one of the horses so we can help use that to help us transport the bodies.
Oh yeah, yeah, of course. I imagine either Gutwin or one of the party members helps you in that endeavor. No problem, right? One of the horses is dead, but a horse can certainly carry more than one body at a time. So no problem there.
So, along with Babieka, do we have another horse now?
No, that
not
horse
yet.
belongs to Gutwin.
Yeah,
And,
it's the horse for the schmucks.
Yeah, it's the schmuck horse, and
Are the schmucks dead?
two of them are dead, but Gutwin is still alive, and those horses are owned by the Magritte Order, who currently Ranger is a part of. But during the time skip, we'll see some new things, new developments there. But in the immediacy, no, you cannot take. I mean, I guess you could if Roderick would allow it. I mean, if you guys. Gabriel might feel a little pissed off, and he might not pay you if you take his horses, but I don't know. That's up to you, really.
Well, let's just use the horses for the time being. We need their help to transport the bodies.
All right.
We can ask Gabriel for a meal
All right. So
also as part of payment.
so as the group were arguing with themselves regarding the necromancer, the strange man, and Lucas's fate, another story, altogether one that was far less dangerous, was blossoming as the group was
Far more interesting.
as the group was moving north. None of them only really noticed the leaving of Integritus Benevel after the fact. In reality, Integritus's addiction was so powerfully strong that, boy, he really needed more drugs, and he needed them now. Uncharacteristically, he just sort of left and didn't tell anyone. He just slunk away to go find more drugs, and at that point, he didn't really know where they went, so hey, might as well continue his own little journey with that date, huh? So, the night has fallen.
Integritus would want to give Hangus some tips and a little bit of warning before the date. Do we have? Does Integritus have that opportunity, or does
I would say at this point, you've already got your materials and stuff. Anything like that would be something that we would have determined pre-game, definitely.
Oh, okay, fair enough. I mean, the materials are all settled. I just figured that he would have a quick 5-minute conversation.
Oh yeah. Pre-date, why not?
What? Beautiful. Okay, so Integritus, who's looking like a little bit rough, kind of just slumps his way over to Hangus. Hey, Hangus, how's this going?
It's going real good, Teggy. I admit I'm a little nervous.
Don't worry. Listen, I've been hanging out with some mushies. You know what mushies are?
Is that a racial slur?
No, I don't think so. I mean, they're people who do weird root mush.
Oh, yeah.
And I've heard it from the horse's mouth that they have pretty good game. So they gave me some lines that you could use on the date if you find a way to put them in.
Okay, go for it.
Okay, so you're gonna be the woman, and I'm gonna be you. Okay?
Jesus Christ, John. Okay.
Oh. Well, what'd you say her name was?
Tajay.
Tajay. Hey, Tajay, that's a lovely dress.
Thank you.
Look great on my bedroom floor.
Oh, Integritus, yeah, you can't say that. It's 2512.
Oh, well, okay. Just listen. I mean, they said that works for him every time. All right, I got one more. So Tajay, you're a stallion, right?
Yes.
That's good. You better be a stallion, because I'm gonna ride your wagon.
Integritus, that...
Okay, you know
Thank
what?
you.
Listen, we're going for the backup line. Okay, listen. Okay, you're gonna have a date with this woman, and you know, chicks love it when a man acts the knight and can protect them, or so Jodic has told me. That's why I was learning light magic, at first. But listen here, all right? So if any danger were to come across on the date, he winks, then it would be really good for you to dispel it with a really flashy move.
You know, I agree, Teggy. I think I have just the spell in mind. Wink, wink,
Beautiful.
nudge, nudge.
Good. All right. Well,
All right. So it's 7.
I'll be in the bushes.
It's 7 p.m. The play in the background dies down, and Tajay and Hengis are walking alone in the ominous-looking alley. Are you sure we could take this alley? But of course. But Hengis, please, Tajay. I know this area like the back of my finger. That show was nice enough, though, wasn't it? Yeah, it was. They're walking back to the alley, seemingly unaware that Integritus, wearing green paint in a burlap sack as a green skin, was waiting for them.
Show, was it?
You're gonna have to say that again. Your mic cut out.
Yeah. Oh, he said, "Oi, nice show, was it?"
Oh my gosh, a green skin. How did that get in the town? Oh no! Oh no!
I want a nice show for myself. He pulls out a shitty dagger.
Both Hengis and Tajay are pog facing. They're soy facing right now. Oh my god! And so don't worry, my lady, Hengis says, and so he's going to.
Give me all the gold. Oh, the lady friend gets it.
All right, so he is going to do a melee brawling check to see if he can get his hand on you.
Perfect.
So your response.
Integritus will resist a bit.
Yeah. So like give me try like you have to do perhaps a unarmed, like a melee unarmed check.
Make it really
Absolutely.
challenging.
Yeah, like very hard perhaps.
All right. So then, that's interesting. My appears my character menu is not loading as I would like. Wait, give me there.
You got
Perfect. All right. Yep, got it open.
it.
All right.
Excellent.
So then this will be under skills, or will it be under combat?
Go to combat, and then you should see a little fist icon next to melee.
Perfect. I see it. All right. So yeah, it will be unarmed, and we're gonna make the difficulty. I'll make it very hard so that it looks like he actually hit me. You know, there's a chance I could even dodge it.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. So he just, "Oh, you don't look like much of anything, old man." And then he sees if he can dodge it.
The answer is no. Hengis slaps you across the face, and just as he does so, he activates the spell Winter's Long Slumber. And suddenly, Integritus, you fall to the ground and are put into a deep state of hibernation. Tajay and Hengis both look down on you, and they're just kind of staring for a moment. And Tajay finally sighs. He does know I can look into the future, right? Yeah. Integritus, you idiot. Still pretty nice what he did, though, setting us up, though. I suppose so. Anyway, Hengis, I think you need a bath. Wait, for what? The show's over. I mean, I thought Tajay leans over and whispers in his ear, and his entire face goes red, and he nods. Well, I guess a bath is in order, and they walk off, and hours later, as the group is dealing with a horrible necromancer, Hengis kicks Integritus. Get up.
Nice dress. Look better on my floor. did you use the line?
I used him, and you know, Tajay said that Integritus is the smartest elder I've ever known.
Oh, really? Oh, that's really great to hear. You know, sometimes I find myself doubting if I'm worthy of the title.
Integritus, how about we head to the bar and you tell me all about how you got that title?
Gladly. By the way, how'd it go?
Oh, it went.
It went all the way.
It
It's-
went.
It went all the way.
Integritus gives an over-enthusiastic, nobody actually does that high five.
Hengus looks at it very awkwardly and then just touches his palm to it, just like, okay.
Make it a double. And he does both.
God. Scythe puts his quarterstaff down, does it with both hands.
Now we're talking. Let's go get some ale.
Okay. All right. So Jesus Christ, that was the... Well, you know, that was an event.
Of course.
All right.
Listen, we were both out doing things of equal importance.
Exactly. Alrighty, so let me...
I do like how, to the normal eye, it looked like Hengus fucking slapped Integritus unconscious.
Yeah, yeah. Alright, so... Eludidola thought, you have spent your time taking Kadathrai's desiccated remains to Ethelaria. Ethelaria burned them with a dreadful balefire, a reddish-green flame that burned Kadathrai's remains into dust so fine that they scattered across the winds of magic. Ethelaria said nothing to you, but bowed his head and began to sing. You sit down and you sing with him, learning the ebbs and flows of the winds through the ancient art of dragon song. You have only learned the most rudimentary of dragon song, but it is enough to enable the first rank. Later, you ended up finishing your elven shortbow, having spent great effort in doing so. It's lightweight and sturdy, and the creatures of the forest shall fear you more. Curless Rangstat, you have learned all you could from the Book of Myrmidia, after paying a rather suffering Integritus for help in reading it. You have learned another invocation of Myrmidia, and granted blessings to the nobles and peasants who would pay you for your time. At one point, however, the sight of a crying child bade you to give your services for free. In this, you have received a little bit of absolution. Integritus, after reading to Curlas and the various miracles of Myrmidia, you spent the rest of your time finding a dealer, in which you have purchased a few more weird root at a pretty sizable market premium. You are running towards the end of your rope regarding addiction. Wilhart Gromson, you have spent your times offering your service to the guardsmen of Matorka, patrolling the river for a relatively sizable amount of cash. There, you've used the money earned to attempt to learn how to read. You failed, but future attempts shall be more attainable. Finally, Roderick von Wissen. You have spent your endeavors traveling far and learning. After seeing the strange man and the implications of a deification, you have indeed become one of Mor's flock. You answer now to the Knight's Raven, and the chapter master of the order was overpleased at you being in an order that so opposes demons and chaos. In exchange for the deepest secrets of the Magritte order, in particular the location of their vaults and Aquilan academies, you have been placed in a position of power equivalent to the one you maintained under the order of Magritte. The chapter master of the Knights of the Raven sends you back to continue your journeys in the hope of cleansing the south of undead influence. And you also managed to get some barding for Babieka, using the payment Gabriel gave you, seeing his son's soul to safety. What he's reading. Finally, Lucas de Vitale. You have spent your time investigating Matorkan intrigues, discovering some interesting truths that are yours to reveal if you so choose, and learning that the people are on the edge of descent. All of you whom operated within Matorka in the last while have certainly felt it. Matorka has become a powder keg. All it takes is a little push, and the people would fall into open descent. Bandits poach the riverways. The temple to Myrmidia is in disrepair and unused. There's talk that Gabriel Klepich cavorts with dark powers, spurred on by scandalous allegations. After a period of 2 weeks, each of you have come back to the Matorkan Tavern known as the Sleeping Giant, wondering if any progress has been made on accessing Myrmidons. Bruno, the bartender, smiles as he gets all of you a table. And it is you are there, I suppose. Let me pull up the. There it is. There is a little portrait. You have to remember that some of the Matorkan maps are broken because all the things got moved a tile to the right and broke all the scripts. So you're just gonna have to deal. You're in the tavern.
Oh, whatever shall I do without beautiful, beautiful maps?
I know, right?
Nice lamp.
Wait, are those bells hanging all over the place?
Yes.
Nobles pest
What a
glory.
cozy inn. Feel like I could spend some time here.
Integratus slaps a bell like a cat would. Wow, these are fun.
Don't ring those. You'll wake the giant that lives under the tavern.
Oh, I know giants. I'll be fine. Yeah, like Prologues.
All right. So, you guys are together. Are there anything you wish to tell each other regarding your adventures, or you're just living in silence?
Aluda's quiet. Like, she's always been pretty quiet.
Yeah, I
but
know. Yeah.
I don't know. I'm trying to being more introspective than usual. I don't know how to fucking roleplay that.
What is empathy?
I don't know. I've been asked that question a lot, and I still don't have an answer for it.
Damn, we're really exploring the depth of society here. All right.
Welcome to DMing, walking your friends through their insecurities and woes while pretending to be a goblin.
Oh yes, and I forgot to mention.
Pretending.
Oh my god, I forgot to mention. If any of you guys has seen the cart, there is now a gorgeous little. I'll post it in the chat because I didn't post it in the game yet. But there's a gorgeous little Skaven plush hanging off the side, which is the plush that Integritus had for Roderick made. Let me here. I'll discover. Oh yeah, I could just do that.
Wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
Love it.
That is adorable.
By the way, I had some important business that I was getting to. Did you all do anything important?
Well, Teggy, we fought a dragon ling. Eyes Wilhard. But aside from almost dying, not much.
How big's a dragonling? Like the size of a German Shepherd?
I'd say it
bigger
was
than your common horse.
Little wolf.
about the size of our cart.
Ugh. That sounds that sounds like it would have been great experience, but I had an experience even more enriching, helping a friend.
And who was this friend? Can they get us into Myrmidons?
Oh, he can get in a lot of things these days, but not Myrmidons.
Oh my god.
So despite all of our best efforts,
Also,
are we
hold
any
on.
closer to getting into Myrmidons?
Actually, hold on. I got a thing
okay.
for that. I definitely would report back to the fucking Glade Prince.
Mm-hmm.
And tell him of our woes of not being able to get into Myrmidons. Why do we need
So
why do I care?
So, you remember your original job from Lucrezia Belladonna was to secure a trade deal between Myrmidons and Mirigliano?
Yeah.
That was like 3 weeks ago, 3 or 4 weeks ago, about a month ago at this point, yeah.
Fucking happened at this, between now and then.
Mm-hmm.
At this point, Lucas just takes whatever he's drinking, and it has quite a strong punch to it, and just downs it all, gulping like a fish. Slamming it down, says, "My esteemed companions, please give me but a moment to refill my cups for the evening, and I will regale you with song and dance and..."
No, wait, I'm sorry, but I'm still doing this. the Glade Prince could get us into Myrmidon. Was the point. The point I was trying to make.
Can they? That would be amazing.
How would they be able to do that?
I don't know. That was just implied.
It wasn't implied at all, actually.
Your job, GM.
Yeah, I know. Well, that's what I'm wondering. Is that the implication is that no one can get into Myrmidons. No one can. That's like the point.
Wait. Does Aluda believe?
That's my question, because I never gave any implication that she would know. If I recall, the only thing that the Guild Prince, the only thing that the Guild Prince promised was a favor from Gabriel.
And that favor could get us an escort to Myrmidons.
Really?
Whatever insight check Lucas had, I completely ignored, and I looked directly at Luda, saying, "We've been searching for weeks. You've come through. Thank you. Finally, we have a way forward. You're the best."
Oh, Luda having to bring down the hammer.
You know, at this point, Kurlas is gonna go and Kurlas is gonna run out of the tavern really quick. Go to the cart, get one of his cases of dwarven liquor, and say, "I've been saving this for a good day. Aluda, drinks on me."
Okay, so I also wanted to. Oh, so go on. Sorry, go on.
So all I have is a favor from the local prince.
Essentially, yeah. That's actually a very.
No. That's okay. I'll regale that. I'll retail.
Yeah.
I'll tell the.
Inform us.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll tell you guys.
Okay.
By the way, Roderick wanted all of you to know the description of the scuffed Skaven doll, which I believe he wrote himself, because I don't remember reading this. So, Kurlas, when you pass and you see that little doll, you can see that the scuffed Skaven doll is a doll made with skill and love. It is supposed to look like a Skaven, but whoever made it probably never seen one in person, and it looks more like a cutie, ratty beastman. Someone just made a noose with string and used it to hang the doll from the cart by the neck. There is also a small sign made with parchment hanging from the doll's neck that reads Integritus in Gothic penship. Some more of the string hangs from a cut in the doll's belly, resembling intestines, held in place by red sealing wax that drips down eerily as if they were drops of blood.
Lovely.
Oh, glorious.
That is incredible. You know, our cart is lucky to have such an adornment.
That's what I'm saying.
I can't tell what the sign that reads Integritus.
True. No, you can read. You can read.
No. I know that. I'm just.
He doesn't pick. He doesn't clue in.
He's not clue in on. Is that supposed to be me?
That's true. It's Integritus spelled with a D, not a T.
Valid.
I don't wear red belts.
I'm not a rat guy.
All right.
No, he wants to tell all of his friends that I made it for him.
Now is Lucas back? I know they said BRB.
Yes, I'm back now.
Okay, excellent. So you guys are talking amongst yourselves, you know, kind of perhaps regaling some of your adventures, or being silent and simply enjoying the fact that, you know, everyone's confident in each other. We don't gotta say anything. And after that whole thing, the tavern bursts open. Rodrigo Del Monte's men of the Dogs of War Company, known as the Al-Qatani Fellowship, come forth. Rodrigo himself, he coughs as he, approaches the table and opens up a scroll. By order of Gabriel Klipich, the Gentlemen's Club has been promptly summoned to the manor for a matter of Matorkan sensitivity. He closes the scroll and gives the Gentlemen's Club a bow, and so
Burlas is the first to stand up. He rushes over and says, Rodrigo, Captain Del Monte, sir, I'm a huge fan. I don't know if you're aware, but all the way in Averland, we've heard of your company, and I've always wanted to meet you. It's truly an honor, sir.
They hear of our exploits in Averland. Do you hear this, lads? And he kind of turns to his lads who all kind of laugh, and he's like, well, I mean, we did save that village for 6 pennies and a goat, so I mean, I suppose generosity doesn't come quickly in the Southlands or in the rest of the old world, for that matter. Good to meet you, lad. I've actually heard a good amount about your company operating in this area as you do, and those pesky demons and undead you have cleared has really helped the people. So from one company member to another, let me just say that I appreciate the work that you and the Gentlemen's Club do.
The pesky
Sure.
demons. Like they're fucking rats.
No, he was referencing the Zinchian demons you guys
Yeah,
fought.
no, yes, yeah, I'm aware.
Well, I absolutely. I mean, I speak for all of us when I say that, we are always looking out our company for the little man and the common people. We would never intentionally hurt anyone, and unless, of course, we were paid to hurt some villains who were
He speaks for all of us.
depriving and fighting against those who are too weak to defend themselves. However, we consider ourselves to be a good and noble sort, but yes, absolutely. Kurlas is tripping over his words. He's very embarrassed to be in front of literally the man who inspired him to come to the Borderlands in the first place. So
Rodrigo kind of laughs, and he puts his palm on your shoulder, right? And he kind of touches it a couple times, like, yeah, good on you, buddy. He's it's there's
Kurlas is spilling his spaghetti a little bit.
Yeah, but there's at least a little bit of mutual respect, right? Rodrigo, he's a pretty solid guy, and he can respect it. He is the Chad at the gym that helps the incel on his first workout. He's like, you're good. All right. So quickly the Al-Qatani Fellowship and Rodrigo, they kind of bow out, and they are forced to leave the premises to go on their own mission. Group, honestly, whoever decides to go to the manor to answer Gabriel's summons, I believe that is on you. So
Kurlas is definitely going to go. He can't turn down an invitation from the Al-Qatani Fellowship.
I just get up and get on my horse, get ready to go.
okay.
I don't say anything.
Integritus doesn't want to get left behind again.
Dude, I like to imagine he just stands up from the table,
got
gets
lost.
on Bob, right there.
Integritus turns left. I'm gonna look for a weird route. Turns right. The entire group is gone. Guys, where'd you go?
Willhart's gonna light his pipe and slowly make his way to the cart.
Okay, yeah, it's a slow but sure situation there.
Has have any of us questioned why you're still hanging around with us?
Yeah,
Like,
none
did
of you
anyone
got.
actually-
Someone needs to induct him into the fucking Dogs of War Company. Jesus
No,
Christ.
he's not in the company. He's
Yeah,
no.
I
This is the
know.
point I'm
I
trying
know.
to make.
I too am
No,
I feel
like.
like every session
don't
you
know.
ask that question.
The answer's the same. I was asked to take care of you.
No, I understand that you were asked to take care of us, but did any of our characters ask Willhart, "Why are you still here?"
At this point, I feel like
Yes, I
I'm
think
pretty.
we
I'm
did.
pretty sure at
Yeah.
one point, yes.
Yeah, no, actually, you did.
I don't know
Your
why I'm
character
out.
did.
Oh, I
Yeah,
did.
you
I did
did.
specifically.
Literally.
It's been
Yeah.
2 weeks. A lot of shit happens in 2 weeks.
That's fair. That's fair.
The manor is gorgeous as always, as any manor really, covered in a white marble and with guards at every corner. Prince Gabriel Klepich nods as you all approach, his hands over the table, looking over a selection of maps. Rodrigo Del Monte stands alongside him, and an older man next to the both of them, his robes bright and blue. Ah, good. The Gentlemen's Club are here, Gabriel says, despite one of you turning traitor. He sends an eye towards Roderick before returning to the rest of you. Regardless, you and your services are needed. The Matorkan people are coming close to a full-on riot. The peasant district particularly already has skirmishes breaking out. My men and I can take care of it, your lordship. I trust you, Rodrigo, but where the Al-Qatani Fellowship shall extend an open palm, I need someone to bring down a closed fist. My lord, these people would be more receptive if you promised to remove those bandits by the river, and leave my city defenseless. My lord, the man in blue sighed. If you could send missives for your men to stop the search for Hans's killer, we could allocate these resources elsewhere. We would have the men to protect the city and deal with the threats. Damn your missives! Gabriel looks to him, fuming, his fist closed. The non-adversarial astromancer backs off, his hands up. I meant no offense, Lord. No, I know you didn't. Gabriel takes a swig of weird root mush. Well, we have 3 problems to attend to then. Gabriel looks up.
Integridus's eyes.
Ooh, weird root mush. Yeah, Gabriel looks to the group.
Zero attention to what's being said now.
If you can clear out the bandits, help quell the city's riots, or find Hans's killer, that would help. Any of those tasks. Find my son's killer, and I shall pay you 25 gold. For the bandits and the riots, 15 for the both of them. That's all. Gabriel walks off, taking another swig of weird root as he falls into the castle corridors, stumbling
Sure
to
am
his
thirsty.
room and yelling at any guard that passes him. Rodrigo and the Astromancer both sighed. Ugh, that man. Rodrigo looked at him. We could forge the missives, you know. The Astromancer thought about it before shaking his head. I think that's a bad idea. His men are close to him. Very close. They'd be able to spot a forgery. The bandit shouldn't even be a problem. Gabriel's trust in the Myrmidon Templars is too much. I feel killing the bandits will be a disservice. What do you suggest, Rodrigo? Convincing them to stand down, to suppress their faith, or for the Myrmidon Templars to accept tall worship to a greater capacity? These aren't fanatics, after all. And the riots? Well, back in Talea, it was clear-cut. Cut off the head of the snake, and the rest of the body shall die. Whoever is instigating these riots are a clear and present danger to Matorka. Either we appease the people and bring the instigators to justice, or we take a darker, less preferable course of action, one I can't say I agree with. The people are misguided, and they don't deserve death. Alright, Gentlemen's Club.
Rodrigo, let me ask you, since you have been on this killer hunting business longer, do you have any idea of the circumstances of the kid's death?
Well, what we do know is we were able to examine his body, and we have an astromancer trying to scry the stars for it. The body showed that the child was bound, gagged, and had his throat slit before being thrown into the river. His body was rather waterlogged, which did kind of disseminate a lot of the evidence, but we're pretty certain we could determine at least the weapon type used. But far from that, I mean, it seems that we're gonna have to go a more magical route, which it's very rare. This astromancer here is honestly the only man our company knows that actually knows magic. We generally prefer very traditional means of investigation.
But the motive, why would anyone kill him? Why was he there?
Well, the Border Princes are a dark land. It's one of the reasons why the Al-Qatani Fellowship was formed in the first place. Our people, we live here to service our brethren and to make the world a better place. And as it stands, I mean, as you yourself know, that's the world is rather dark and it's a dreary place.
So
It could be pure evil. Maybe there is a reason, but what kind of reason would there be for murdering a child? For chasing a child down, for crippling him and slitting his throat. I mean, what kind of monster would do that?
So that's it. You don't have any idea whatsoever what reason. Nothing.
Vilmar speaks up. Well, I could get to my contacts in the Grey Order, and they'd be able to scry more. Further, I could get into my contacts with the Amethyst Order, and we could actually speak to the child's ghost, and that might provide some answers.
So you basically know nothing.
For now. We'll find him though.
Well, these fancy methods might eventually avail us an answer. We have present dangers here in the city. Riots can cause so much harm to not only the people who are in it, misguided though they may be, but to the innocents as well.
Very true. That is going to be the Al-Qatani Fellowship's piece of the job. We're going to go into the slums and kind of keep order. If you guys wanted to help with the riots, we could use someone cover the southern docks.
personally, I think that seeing as the trail has gone cold with the boy, maybe giving our magical friend here some time to complete his readings might be wise, and we could use our time to aid the people in at the docks.
Indeed, there are also the bandits up north river to quell as well. I'm sure. Say that again.
I said we should go hunting, as in hunting the bandits.
Well, personally, I'm not one for beating civilians into submission. So I personally would rather go see what these... I believe the prince said they were tall worshippers.
Indeed. The Myrmidon Templars kicked them out, called them celebrants, seized their businesses and homes. Kind of a shame if you ask me, but I suppose Gabriel had other ideas.
The Templars did this?
Yes, the Myrmidon Templars. Yeah, there's a bit of a rivalry in this city between Myrmidons and more imperial type religions. Tall is he's known as Karnos in Talea, but both Karnos and Tall worshippers from Telebekland have made their home here, and it has definitely caused a little bit of tension in the city, as you can imagine. Tall, if none of you are familiar, they reject civilization, they reject society. Kind of like a wood elf, perhaps, but a little more so. A little more wood elfy, perhaps, than other Azrai.
Right there.
Well, as it stands, I've sworn myself to the Gentleman's Club until we get to Myrmidons, and Aluda, Integritus, and Roderick. I will defer the choice of where to actually go to you all.
What do y'all think about a little espionage? We could prevent these riots if we just get the big cheese.
True. All right, so your three options are to quell the bandits to the north, go to the docks and try and keep order, or head over, I assume, to New Kofor to bring Richter to justice.
Guys, I've got a very successful character going. I could really get in there in espionage. His name is Fang Stealer.
That's not a good option. If we just want to assassinate the leader of these, I assume the riotous fucking civilians.
Well, Rodrigo says that the civilians are riotous, but they're being instigated by a malign entity, right? Someone who's leading it is doing it for the wrong reasons, essentially.
I mean, they're still probably a civilian, though. So.
Yeah, if that's then our best bet is for me to just assassinate them, and that doesn't.
I mean, either one of us just fucking shoot the guy. There's no reason to go in and talk to anyone, really.
It depends. If you turn them into a martyr, if you take people that are desperate, that are hungry, that are justifiably angry, then you give them a focal point. You put the match above the powder keg and you let it drop. Maybe a more delicate touch is required for this.
Well, what if he just disappeared? I think the resident vampire would be a good choice for that.
Do you say that out loud?
Yes. Yeah.
What the? What would you say? Why would you say that out loud?
Oh, wait. Fucking the other people are here, not just the party, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, and also the party would take offense to that too. Why would you say that out loud? That's a terrible idea.
I've literally accused him of being a vampire in front of the entire party before.
You've accused him of being a vampire, like OOC, like I think it's true, you know. But
I thought I covered this last time.
Maybe, but regardless.
I thought we had a discussion after the demon, but it was like
yeah, we did.
Kind of
but no. It was after he used his hypnosis on, like, he did his thing where in the crowd, where it was the crowd for that one demon worshiper prince that we fought.
He gave a really good speech.
He gave a really good speech, and And obviously, it's fucking some crazy shit happened. You mean where he was gonna murder everybody? That speech?
But
Right.
he subdued one of the leopard company. Well, when the leopard company refused to essentially like drop their arms entirely, he struck one down and then they kowtowed. So
I just do remember like it's like his voice. You said his voice resonates with some, you know, with some force.
I remember
Yelled
saying,
loudly.
yeah, he yelled loudly and his eyes looked very maniacal, right? I do remember that because of your acute sense sight, you did see him like act like not very human like, but it's not definably like, you know, vampire
no,
shit.
no. Yes, I remember. Yeah, we made that, and then it wasn't definably vampire shit. But I am saying that Aluda believes he is a vampire. No, she doesn't have fucking like perfect proof, but
Okay, well, do you mulligan that open vampire statement in the courtroom or not? I need to know.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I won't bring it up now.
Okay.
Damn.
Rodrigo,
Fun to see the
where
sparks.
did you find
quiet.
this dead body, this kid's body?
We found him downriver. He was simply thrown there, and
And
by
river
the
from
river
where?
near
Like here?
no, it was actually near New Kofor.
Why so far away? What was he doing all the way there?
Well, the toll road near New Kofor is owned by Matorka. Technically, Matorka owns the land of both itself and Zavorak, but, you know, politically it gets a little strange. As it stands, the toll road is the very extent of the Matorkan borders, and Gabriel and his son Hans had a bit of a falling out. As you can tell, Gabriel's kind of beating himself up over it, but long story short, Gabriel's son Hans, they said a couple nasty words to each other. Hans left with his uncle, who was the captain of the guard over at the toll road, and he lived with them for a few weeks. We expected it all to blow over, but then we found everyone in the toll road, including the boy, massacred.
Oh, and you didn't think of connecting the whole massacre and the murder together?
Can Integritus hear that?
Oh yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
So this is all. So nobody else is going to comment on the fact
Yeah.
that they're talking about the people we murdered.
Yeah, I mean, Integritus is like,
Like you guys are good people. You guys
No.
are good guys, right?
no, he doesn't. Here's the thing: Integritus has been gone for a lot of this.
This is
so,
literally
yeah.
also the first time it's been said too, like in those words.
Oh yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
So-
Is it?
And-
Did we? Yeah, we did have this. We did have the conversation.
We did have the
with,
conversation where you guys didn't you guys know that the toll road was actually Matorkan's. You do know that. You don't know about the child. All you know is that the child was killed somewhere in New Kofor. So feasibly, Roderick could make the implication, well, I healed him and he just got killed on the way because he is all alone after all.
Yeah,
yes,
I mean,
but, yeah. But yes, nobody has. Yes, I'm just saying.
like right now, I'm coming to the realization that maybe the kid we healed is this kid.
Yeah, Kurlas is gonna say, wait, can you describe what Hans looked like?
If I recall correctly, Roderick's kind of Rodrigo's kind of stumbling over his words, and then Vilmir steps up and he gives you a more accurate description. He's like, the stars told me what the child looked like before his death, and he gives you a description, and it's the description of the child that you guys remember all those weeks ago. That Aluda, Kurlas, Roderick, and Integritus saw. Lucas and Wilhart, of course, you guys have no idea of what these people are referencing.
Yes, we did see that child. We were in the area at the time, and we were hired to
Oh man. Sorry.
we were hired
Actually, leave it there. We
Okay.
happen to know. Let's just leave the details out. Sometimes explaining too much can lead to confusion.
Keep
We
in
just
mind.
happen to know that the prince of New Kofor is. We have witnessed that he confides with the demons. He's a worshipper of Slanesh.
Richter's a worshipper of Slanesh. It wouldn't put it past me. That guy's a slimy guy.
And his kid died very near New Kofor, you say.
Well, perhaps the two are connected. I wouldn't be surprised if a cult or some sort of errant evil worshippers managed to get their hands on the child when he was taking the road back. It's a few days' journey after all, very dangerous. Kurlas, you mentioned you were hired by Richter to do something. What was that?
To Roderick and look at Vilmar. And
Well,
he's
we.
gonna say-
Sorry, go on.
If you want to speak, you can go for it.
Yeah. So, I'm going to say, I
We
kind
were
of look.
hired-
No. First of all,
interrupt him.
I'm looking at
I
Roderick,
interrupt him.
and Roderick is looking at me. I am assuming.
Yeah, I interrupt you and I said, we were hired to kill bandits.
Bandits,
Exactly.
yeah. Bandits are in that region quite frequently. Yes,
In fact,
would imagine.
there was, some local bandits that we were hired to kill, and we did our job, and that was that.
Give me a charm check. Holy shit. Oh,
Why you have to explain so much?
He's a good guy. He's a good dude. He's not good at lying.
Kurlas he's a good boy.
Oh,
Rodrigo
no.
kind of. Okay, that's fair. I suppose we'll have to investigate that further. We'll talk more on what Richter might have hired you guys to do. I'm sure that Richter.
Well, I think it's about time we pay a visit to Richter and finish some unfinished business.
Well,
Here.
whatever
I
you
can
decide to
personally
do,
attest.
I wish you luck, Gentlemen's Club. Report to me, Villamar, or Gabriel, whenever you complete a task, and we'll make sure that the money gets to your hands.
Integritus wants to speak to Vilmar.
Oh, go on. Yeah.
Yeah. He wants to speak to Vilmar in private.
Okay. Weird.
He motions for Vilmar. Excuse me, you're the Astromancer?
I'm a Astromancer boy. Yes.
Do you know Taja?
Tajay, she
Tajay.
runs the Mystic Emporium in town. Yeah. Yes.
Oh yeah, she's great. Anyway, just to let you know, I'm kind of aware of what y'all do. I happen to be a magic user myself, but I have a very personal connection to this case.
Your magic. Where were you trained?
I was trained by my father, Jodicus.
Huh. Interesting. Okay, I'll have to. That's fun. Your father Jodicus, was it? Do you have a full name?
Joe. I might have had a full name at one point.
Yeah, maybe. Just say you do.
Yeah.
Yeah. You say
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Sure.
Jodicus. Interesting.
Isn't Jodicus a very well known? Aren't the books in the Mystic Important written by Jodicus?
Yeah. His
Yeah.
portrait is actually in the Matorkan lobby.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. So interesting. I wasn't aware that he took apprentices in the college. I'm pretty sure after his titanic battle with the Shadow Father, was it? He left. And you're telling me he taught children after,
Yes, he did.
Interesting. Well, I appreciate your candor and forthrightness with this. Integritus, was it?
Tegritus Veneville.
Right. Well, I'll you have a good luck with your mercenary company, and don't worry, we'll get to the bottom of this, my friend.
No, but listen, I need to speak with you outside.
Oh, what about? Sure, yeah. He puts his arm around you and takes you outside.
Listen. We may have been the last people to see the boy alive.
You think so?
It could easily, or at least one of the last people, besides whoever did it. Is there anything I could do to help?
I would say keep a close eye on your comrades, Integritus. We don't want you doing anything too crazy,
Yes, well, I didn't want to say this, but there were members of my party who I felt were kind of hostile to the boy.
Oh, I see.
Is that it?
That's it. You can tell he's focused on something else entirely.
Integritus just sees, well, clearly you've got this covered. I don't want to distract you. So,
Of course. Have a good luck, dear child.
So he moves on.
By the way, John, you outed yourself as an unregistered mage.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's a really big deal.
Hey, well,
Oh,
how does he know I never got my my registration?
Because Jodicus left the order.
Jodicus wasn't a registered mage to teach you.
Yeah, he left the order after Morgoth the Shadow Father.
Beautiful.
They're gonna drag him.
In terms of the meta, like you're lucky you're not in the Empire, but no, this is a big deal, and it's gonna come to a head at some point. Like you might meet some dudes in an alleyway, and they might have to take care of you.
Oh, sick. Oh, I'm so down. I'm surprised that this guy had no interest in me.
Yeah, he had no interest in the evidence of where we found him. He didn't ask any questions. This boy, this prince's son that was murdered, he's like, I think we saw him before he died.
Oh.
I think we saw him before he died. And you're telling him he's an unregistered mate. So Vilmar, he definitely doesn't view you as an ally.
Sure, but then he wouldn't hear, oh look, the unregistered mage was saying he saw the guy before he died. Let me ask him more questions.
Oh no, he's not going to talk to the unregistered mage. Unregistered mages are evil.
Yeah, that's the thing. So the moment you said you were unregistered mage, like most of the words came out of your mouth were nonsense to him. Also, you being an unregistered mage is more important than a dead prince's son.
Correct.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah.
Really now, in the setting, is that true?
Yes, because unregistered mages can rip holes in the war.
So yeah, I would say that they would probably see them as. I would probably say they see them as connected. Unregistered mages, like while there are things such as hedge mages used, if they're not under any sort of license, I mean, literally all John could have said was, "I was trained by Jodicus while he was still in the colleges," or something like that, like unironically, like. But in terms of unregistered mage, like it's generally viewed by the populace that they're the same as like chaos cultists and stuff. Like that, like saying you're an unregistered mage is the same as saying you're like part of a chaos cult.
Yeah, it's really bad. It's not a good thing.
I love it.
How do they view elves in that capacity?
You have your own society of shit.
Yeah, elves are like their own thing, so like it's like all elves are magical, so
I don't fucking. They're like I don't.
I mean you got your weird forest magic. I'm sure they got some sort of institution there.
There is like actually like a deal between the Empire and
Did I hear the part where he said that he was an unregistered mage before he left?
No. They're outside.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, as it stands, like, if you told this to, say, Rodrigo, he probably would be like, oh, okay. Like, he wouldn't really understand, but, I mean, you told a master astromancer from the colleges that you're unregistered, which is, like, there's a bit of a difference. Like, if you told Gabriel probably wouldn't care. It's just, like, as long as you get the job done. But, like, when you tell someone who's registered from the colleges, who's indoctrinated in that imperial doctrine, that you're an unregistered mage, like, that's kind of a big deal.
Is Hengist registered?
I'm sorry?
Angus registered.
No. He's from Albion. He's a druid. Yeah.
Okay.
Cool. I'll know about it.
Angus has yellow
how
teeth.
does,
Do you think he's registered?
he's a beast mage, so yeah,
he's registered as something.
Beast mages are just like that. Well, so are the border princes like the Empire like that? I don't understand.
So like, the border princes are different cultures are vying to put their influence through the border princes. It was kind of established, I've talked about it before, that
we're going under the assumption that this is post Otto von Seert's invasion. He actually did, Marienberger did decide to invade the Border Princes, and during this period, the land was briefly united in a Marienberger imperial ideology before, shit happened and it all fractured. So there are basically elements of different cultures and societies trying to push their influence, meaning that things like the licensure of magic and other cultural ideals from, say, the Empire would be heavily pushed in a city that is, say, Majorca, because it's close to the Empire.
Also, the colleges of magic have far more standing in places outside of the Empire than most other things.
True. I mean, there's because I know Estalia has their own school. I know, so there's like a couple different schools, I'd say. But like Tajay, for example, is from the Estalian School of Sorcery.
I'm surprised that they're letting me go. Period.
Oh no, this is they don't want you to freak out and summon a demon.
Oh, valid.
Yeah, they're probably just gonna try and take care of you.
At this point, like I'm a first knight of the Raven. Integridus is an unregistered mage. I could simply go he killed him. He's an unregistered mage.
Oh my
and
god!
They would put him in jail and not even fucking question me.
Oh my god, they might. They might.
And
Holy
of a
shit.
reputed order,
Dude,
who hunts demons.
You
And he's a fucking nobody for.
Oh no, you might get executed. For the
that
murder.
would be the asshole thing to do.
Moment.
Oh man, that would be.
So I will
Okay,
say
but the
this.
only thing is, though, he was having a private conversation.
Yeah, you don't know he's
Yeah,
in
but I
a
didn't hear. That's why I asked.
Yeah, none of you heard
Very.
this. This was between Integridus and Vilmar.
Yeah.
No one said
Sure, but
anything
Roderick
beyond it.
knows. I'm sure he's gathered that I am.
No, I know he's unregistered, but I didn't know that he knows.
I don't
I
think
don't
it's been
think any of us
established
know.
that he's an unregistered mage.
I think
No,
it was just
Kurlas would not
established
be
that he
okay
was
with that.
taught by his father, but like his father was also a famous light wizard. So you could kind of, I don't think
Yeah,
Integridus.
his dad's name is on books. He must be registered.
Yeah, exactly. That's what everyone would think. Yeah.
Yeah.
His name's
The
on books.
12-year-old who's out here miscasting every 10 seconds.
You're
Oh,
17.
yeah, here's a guy who's registered.
Yeah, you're 17.
Yeah, he looks 12.
Also, just because you're registered doesn't mean that you don't suffer miscasts.
Valid,
That's the thing
valid.
that happens. That's just magic.
Yeah, lore-wise, John, you're actually the same skill as a registered mage of your tier, because your levels ups were pretty on point. So like, yeah, you're actually skill-wise, you're pretty standard.
Yeah, you're just an idiot at using it.
Absolutely.
That's it.
I love it.
Oh.
I'm interested.
It's like a kid with ADHD who could sure, you can solve every math question in your head, but when you write it down, it's just fucking gibberish and get an F. That's just how it is.
Beautiful.
Oh well, that's
Alright.
a fun storyline. So that I guess we
Very.
will write for later. But yeah, so Integridus, you
Cool.
you returned from
And
your
none of us know.
yeah you returned from your conversation. And so what does the group want to do?
I
vote we go hunting.
Well, I don't think we'll need to kill the tall worshippers, but I do think we should have a talk with
The
them.
bandits?
Yes, those are just tall worshippers. They were thrown out of their city and their homes. So yeah,
Well,
as
let's
much as
not.
I'm a man
Let's
of the
not. I agree we should talk to them, but also, I mean, let's not jump to conclusions. I'm sure the Myrmidians had their reasons.
Oh, Luna's eyes just narrow and just narrow at the explanation, because she wasn't paying that much attention during the debriefing. You notice she's been more distracted lately. Jesus Christ, the fucking clock won't go away.
'Cause
I'm changing it.
It was being adjusted. That's why.
I know.
It-
So stubborn.
I thought we
Let's
were
just
time
cover it
traveling
with
for a
the-
second.
Yeah, you guys were
Mhm.
guys are time traveling. All right, yeah.
Well,
I just covered with
then
my
yes,
character.
I think we should go see why they were forced out of their homes. As we stay here, I can't help but see you have so much division between your gods.
Says the pot to the kettle.
Yeah, right.
Well, It's
All
mine.
elves
Oh, granted,
worship
granted. To
gods.
be fair, she is Azrae, not Azur or Druchi, so.
An elf is an elf to Willhart. It
Yes, I
doesn't
know.
change
I know.
anything.
Yeah, all Azrae worship all elven gods. They're yeah.
Okay.
That-
So the tall encampment is upriver. You also have the docks to your south and the New Kofor to your east. Or west, excuse me. Sorry.
So I mean, 3 of us have said go to the tall worshippers.
Yeah. We need one more. Who's down? I know.
Kurlas
Do
is
I
down.
have
Kurlas is
the
down.
knights
You're the
with me?
third.
Okay.
Do I have the knights with me?
Oh, yes, you do.
You just returned with like a small company.
Yeah,
Like a
they're
little band,
outside.
like a
Yeah,
little squad.
I have a new folder called the Players NPCs that I will put any companions you guys get. Roderick, if you want me to introduce them, I shall. Or if they're your knights, but
Yeah, because they haven't been introduced yet. So
Yeah, sure,
I don't know
sure.
if we had like a night at the camp. I don't know if
I just
we have-
assumed that they were following you from
I
behind.
don't, I don't,
You
I
haven't
don't know
camped
if,
yet, but
Willhart is going to have a chat.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we haven't had our camping trip. No.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if we haven't have that camp thing.
So I'm
Gonna
going
be
to assume the
a
tall
lot
encampment is a go. So when
Also, we're just carrying our cart because we don't have a horse.
We can.
We have
I
we have
did
the
say
knights.
we would. I did say we would ask as part of the payment for a mule.
well, so if you recall, last 2 weeks ago, you wanted the part of the payment to be the barding for Bebeyeka.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I still have a gold, so you can deduct from there.
What's the
and-
what here? Let me. What's the
and
what's the
if someone
cost
else
of a
wants to
mule
chip
here?
in,
That's a good question. Did we get paid for the necromancer job?
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
I added the gold to your account before I asked you about your endeavors,
Okay. Thank you kindly.
and then you guys did your all your stuff
it's 7 gold. Like
for
deduct.
a donkey. And
You
then
just said it was.
yeah, it's actually 5 gold for a donkey or mule. Carrying capacity is 14 pounds. Or 14. I assume that means 14 encumbrance, not 14 pounds.
Yeah, it's 14 encumbrance total.
Yeah. So
I
I
could
mean,
put
if
down 3 gold if you want. If someone who wants to chip in, it's 1 gold.
Fine, I'll spend one. I'll drop one of my gold pieces on this.
all right, so it's
Now I have 2.
3 gold from Roderick. 1 gold from Aluda. Anyone else? Oh, whoops! I accidentally spawned.
We're all supposed to have our gold discounted anyway.
Hmm.
Might as well spend it.
Yeah. Does anyone else wanna drop that final gold for the donkey?
Yes, I will.
Like
I will
in
drop
January,
the final
maybe?
gold.
Thank you, Kurlas.
Yes.
You're a
I-
lad.
So funny, Integritus, who's always like, anyone who wants to ask me for money?
Didn't he like give away his bag of gold though?
Oh, no, Kurlas did. He did some of his Matorkin jobs, like for his income roll, for free, just like giving people help.
No, I think he was talking about Integritus.
Yeah, I thought didn't Integritus give someone a bag of gold to buy some shit or something?
Oh yeah, I gave what is it? I gave the kid a bag of gold. What is it? Just in case he ever needed to flee from the people he was working with.
Yeah.
And I often give random people
Me
gold,
too.
but now that my drug problem has gotten severe enough,
yeah,
Antagonist
yeah.
is keeping his money.
Oh, I see.
All right. Do
what's the pity?
you guys want to Do you guys want to name the donkey, or you just want donkey?
It's a donkey.
It's a
Ooh.
donkey. Yeah.
Okay, I do have a
it-
single request for the donkey.
Okay.
Can you change the token image to Shrek's donkey?
No.
Oh.
That would take way too much time to do right now because we're in the
Okay.
game.
All right.
Also,
I-
it's copywritten. If it came down to a thing, we could technically. It's not important.
Yeah. So if you check the players NPCs, the donkey should be in there. The cart should also be in there, but again, it's just because it's we're time. All right,
Yeah.
so
Sure.
thanks to Wilhart's knowledge of riverways, the travel takes 3 hours as opposed to 6. So huzzah for Wilhart. So
When I have the the camping thing.
that is when you're like out of travel. But I mean, yeah, if you want to get a quick mid-travel, what's the phrase?
Well, I mean, how long has it been since the battlefield? I mean, it was like 2 weeks.
It's been 2 weeks, and then you guys.
We definitely should have had that conversation by now.
Okay, yeah.
Like, I was gonna have the conversation the night of.
Oh yeah, well,
Yeah, that wasn't a wait until it was a wait until we can walk off into the forest and have that talk immediately.
oh, between you and Lucas.
Yes.
Okay.
That's a very important
We
conversation.
kept postponing that
When you guys
too
were at the
long.
tavern, this was a perfect point for it. I'm
No,
just
because
saying.
we were all there.
We
No.
were all there in town, and then it just cut from the
We should
town.
have done it before the tavern.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
We
Because
can
the-
take care of it one-on-one if need be. But pretty much, I would love to. Lucas would give you the full story and answer all of your questions completely honestly.
The next break we have, we'll do that because I'd like to actually do that.
I would
All
like to
right.
see that. And I mean, that one of you two might not be here.
Right.
So-
No, that was the thing. Like,
Like, that's
there's
kind of
very much a
important.
risk of one of us just being dead at the end of it.
Yeah, should just get that should get done. I don't know if you guys care about doing it retroactively.
If you guys
but
want to just
that's
say
kind
like,
of
hey,
important.
yeah, if you guys want to say, hey, you just both of you stand up at the tavern and just walk outside
but
5 minutes
we
apart.
already done stuff where everyone is alive,
True.
and one of them might be dead.
Oh no! I used too much unregistered magic and I broke a hole in reality.
You broke time. It's all broken. No.
You destroy the universe, although the
It's-
destruction may be a little bit
it's
touchy
fine.
about it.
Yeah,
We'll
it's-
just say
it's-
there was
honestly-
never a
Yeah.
good time in the last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
The next time we encamp,
Yeah.
we will
Yeah,
have this
you guys
conversation.
were busy, and then the first time you see each other, you're all away. I think it's fine, personally.
Yeah, there were 4 instances and Integritus kept tagging along.
I like that. I like that idea. Just like, hey guys,
So-
what's going on?
They kept
We
like
just-
implying it, but this guy's like a brick wall when it comes to social
so we've
skills.
just had awkward walks that led to fishing instead of conversation.
Pretty much.
I've taught you the ins and outs of fishing, by the way, Lucas.
I mean,
Oh wait, what?
have you ever seen a
Because
betrothed
if
river
we can't have
bass?
a conversation, I'm just gonna teach him how to fish.
I mean, Lucas at this point knows at least the basics of fly fishing. He's no longer like hooking that fly in his rope anymore.
Perfect.
Oh man.
That's great. Who would have to have a conversation, and then Wilhart just loves fishing so much he just gets distracted by it.
I guess Integris also probably knows something about fish.
No, he doesn't.
Anyway, Lucas, I just wanted to talk to you. Hey guys, are you guys fly fishing? Gosh, this sure is interesting. Let me come in.
And then he tells everyone in town, golly, Lucas and Wilhart sure spend a lot of time in the woods together alone.
Well, if you want to do the introduction, since those knights are here.
Yeah, sure. So, as you're walking out of Matorka, the 3 knights, they kind of give a bow to Roderick, and then they give a bit of a nod to the rest of the group. So we have, let's see here. We have Heidel Friegholm. He introduces himself as a bit of a nerd, I guess, if you could say. He's a village boy taken in by the Amethyst Hoarder. He explains that his master was killed by an errant necromancer, and moments before his own death, the Knights of the Raven saved him. While he joined the Order and is grateful for them saving him, he's always maintained his connection to Amethyst magic to at least a little degree. And so as a result, he still maintains the ability to speak to the dead. He has the Dying Words Amethyst spell, but for the most part, he is a loyal order of Moor, keeping in mind that Amethyst wizards and Moor are very, very close. So you have Lamprecht Brutstein in the middle here. This lad, he started his life as a Norskin bandit, raiding various areas. One day, he took it upon himself to rob a passing Knight of the Raven, who also was the commander. The commander found the teen amusing took him in and taught him to forget his old ways, while Lamprecht has many less noble qualities about him. He's always eyeing gold and such of that nature. He's still a knight of the Raven at heart. And finally, you have Volkard Schroeder. Volkard is the third son in a long line of Reichlanders. He had to work twice as hard to get into any position of power. This meant having to go toe-to-toe with the most dangerous of foes for attention. He started off joining the Witch Hunters, and from there, he joined the Knights Raven. Has a particular dislike of Roderick. He basically anytime Roderick speaks, he kind of like rolls his eyes a bit right in the back. And but you know, despite that, Volkard is actually very good in the arts of healing and apothecary, due to his connection with the Sylvanian Witch Hunter Order.
Cool.
Yep.
Awesome.
I'm sorry I didn't have dialogue for these guys. I just made them, so.
They're
Okay,
schmucks.
no, I don't think we're
expect them to speak.
Yeah,
Yeah, we are
they're literally faceless minions that can do some extra stuff, so I'm not gonna bother.
Yeah, I don't think we were interested in talking to the help. Honestly.
About your childhood.
I just
I forgot Tegris.
They don't speak. They have both silence.
yeah, they're all more boys. The old rundown fort looks to be a bastion of defense. It looks to be of old sandstone, perhaps built from a set of Arabian raiders, or less likely, the Arabian invasion 1,000 years ago. The people holding it look a little more wild than what you're used to, but certainly not abnormal. The guard at the top of the wall is eyeing you with a darkling stare, as if you could feel their eyes undressing you from top to bottom, looking for what sort of expensive goods you are hiding underneath your packs. The moment you go within eyesight, the man at the top, he kind of raises his hand. He waves you down. He has a shaved head and the fur of a white bear draped over his shoulder. Halt! What's your purpose here, travelers?
Okay.
Yeah, you go ahead, Lucas.
Yeah, I was just like glance over at Lucas, like, dude, me or
It's
you?
not like
So-
it's not that why we have you with us here.
Yeah.
All
Not
right.
to pressure you, but Integritus is getting ready to speak, so get on it.
Oh,
Yeah.
really? Hold on. I believe we can make wonderful things happen. As Integritus begins to take a step forward, he says, "You will go farther upon the shoulders of giants, lifting Integritus up by the waist, hoisting him onto his shoulder, as they go
Wow.
proceeding forward with absolute, smiling, perfect teeth confidence."
It's like Jodicus used to do.
Jesus Christ.
Again.
All right.
It-
Lucas is going forward, looks up at the guard, fully aware that this guard is calculating within his mind the most convenient and efficient way how to, murder, steal, ransom, kill, enslave, like all the game, all like the standard ways you can turn a human being into money or cash. He just looks up and he smiles and he says, "Hold on, what time is it? What time is it, by the way? Is it morning, afternoon?"
It is 11 a.m.
11 a.m. I say good morning to you. Good morning to you, sir. How's the weather out here? Just completely put him on the back heels.
Well, it's quite good. The weather is actually rather nice. Tall is blessed as well this fine day.
And tall brings us beauty surrounding us in the natural world that I just beside myself in its splendor. You, sir, you and your company have built yourself quite the fearsome reputation, and I would like to sit down and talk. Preferably over dinner, over a meal. I believe it's lunchtime around now, and I think you gentlemen will make the finest of company.
Well, we're simply followers of Tall, good sir. I mean, we're just scrounging what we can to make by. Our business was taken, our homes were torched. We actually just established this fort here. You can hear another voice inside, kind of on the first level. They even called us celebrants. Well, to be fair, we do have one celebrant. Hey, he doesn't represent us as a whole. Anyway, now we make our home here. Forced to scrounge to survive. Incidentally, there is a bit of a toll for passage here. I'm sorry to bother you, but I have to ask you a fee for crossing.
Good, Celte, good, sir. I believe that we can provide ourselves a mutually beneficial relationship for the bastards, the brigands, and dare I say the whore sons who have done this to you wrongfully, who have denigrated your fine name. But I would like to sit down and talk. These are beautiful settings, but shouting at each other over this distance is not the way we should sit down and conduct business. We are looking back, smiling, turning back with just this radiant charm. The Dogs of War, the Gentlemen's Club, here to talk and do business with you this fine day.
Gentlemen's Club, huh? Didn't those guys kill that Princess of Vorak or something? They did something
I-
over there. I don't remember. Are you guys assassins of kings?
Let me
Princes,
introduce you to some
actually.
of the storied members of our group. I mentioned over to I motioned to the young gentleman sitting on my shoulder. This here, you might have heard of him, is Elder Integritus Benefil, Grand Wizard of Hish. I have beside me Roderick the Pure, Knight and Slayer of Demons, and I have behind us the storied, the venerated, taking a step back with this grand motion behind us, Kurlas the Valiant, the man himself in the flesh here, wanting to sit down and enjoy a meal with you fine people in this beautiful grandeur of nature all around us. You have a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Think of the stories you will tell.
Yes, we kill princes.
Fair enough. Open up the gate. All right. So, who wants to enter the mean bandit area?
Willhart just kind of strolls in.
Yeah. Just walk in. Yeah.
Yeah, I just want to walk in. Just
Absolutely. Let's see what these
I
tall.
leave
worshippers-
my knights outside.
Okay. Sounds good.
Let's back up.
Yeah, they're gonna stand near the gate.
Integritus has forgotten to put on his Fang Steela costume, but if he had remembered, he would have.
better that you didn't.
You're what?
Yeah.
I really wish we had two take. Honestly,
His shitty orc costume.
Oh yeah. I thought it was Spine Steela.
Oh, was it Spine Steela? Beautiful.
Also, my fucking computer just decided to have a hiccup and all my things restarted, so that's cool.
Wonderful.
Wait. So are we?
No, you guys are still alive. My OBS is Chad tier. It's just my Chrome is having a bit of a hiccup.
Oh yikes!
I just have to reload in.
It's okay. We can take a break for 2 or 3 minutes, like people use the restroom, grab a drink.
Yes, I have to go pee.
yeah, I gotta get a snack.
Quick break, everyone.
Quick break, yes.
Chat, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
No, I'm saying the chat.
Oh,
The chat of the
chat.
stream. The stream chat. Yes, we have the chat for ourselves.
All right,
Pork is not. Ah, she's back.
I'm back. Yeah, let's just keep talking about all the evil of the world.
Well, we were saying some interesting things to the chat, but now you're here and
That's fair. Yeah, Adidino says, tell Seth I'm here. So Seth, if you're here, Adidino's here and he loves you.
I appreciate it. Thank you, Adinos.
Okay, so once I get kind of affirmation that everyone's here, I guess we can continue. How's it going on your guys' end, just life-wise? How was your day?
It was a
Honestly,
great
pretty
day.
good. The ending
Yeah.
kind of sucked, but
I feel that.
yeah, because we got like it was an easy day at work, but then we got word that our boss is going to be at the job site all fucking day tomorrow. So
Oh, is he like annoying to deal with?
Sucks.
he just likes to hover.
I feel that.
And then
He
when
just-
he was like, "Oh, I'll do something. I'll take care of this," and then he just does it. He like half-ass it, and we have to redo it. Sucks.
Yeah, I vibe with that. Yeah, in positive news, my mom from her surgery, she got word back that the person who did her surgery thinks that she might not even need to get chemo.
Oh, good.
Oh wow.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
So we'll see. We'll see. I mean, we still haven't got the word back from the main doctor, but
Well, she can get away without it. Much better. It kind of sucks to have to do that.
I think we're still waiting for Hippie, I believe. But is everyone else here?
Mm-hmm.
I am.
So, tell me straight. What do you think my chances of ever fighting Vorgoth are?
I mean, I'd still say they're pretty high, but you look. I'm gonna be honest with you, John, me boy. You're probably not gonna be able to get into the city of Matorka or Myrmidons proper, without some sort of like ability to kind of restore your name as your reputation as a licensed mage. I mean, I don't think you're gonna die because you're in a very like untamed area. But I mean, you know.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh no, I was just saying. I mean, you know, I'm sure that there's gonna come a part where you're gonna be able to have some sort of like, you know, great heroism moments, and at that point, you know, you're too popular for the Myrmidian Templars to fucking touch you at that point, because it's just like, well, you're a hero of the people, so.
I
But
would
hey,
like to
you
see
know.
them lay a hand on Elder Integritus Benefil, Grand Wizard of Hish, Hero of the People.
I love how you call him Grand Wizard, by the way. That's not even like, it's not even an official title, but it just sounds so like, I like it. I like it.
And as much as the Luda thinks you're annoying, if somebody tries to kill a member of the party, they're gonna get fucking pincushioned. That's just how this shit works.
Honestly, it just adds another interesting layer of the story that Integritus forgot to not mention, forgot Jodicus's vital words. Integritus, my boy, don't mention to anyone that you have learned magic from an unlicensed source. You know, keep your powers and your flower mother religion secret.
Sure, and he remembered the Flower Mother religion part, but he probably just assumed that Jodicus, Jodicus used to be one of those mages, so of course he still has the license hanging around.
He does have the, like, he himself is a licensed mage, but since he left the order, he's not licensed to, like, have apprentices.
Oh yeah. Tigridus doesn't know that.
yeah.
But no, hey, don't, one of the beauties of Integritus is a character who is not fit for the Warhammer world, being in the Warhammer world. So
I think that has an appeal to it, definitely, because you yourself don't know a lot about the Warhammer universe, so it fits your character to do things like that.
It does, and so don't be afraid. If I gotta get jumped in an alley and we gotta roll some dice, let's roll some dice.
Oh yeah, no, totally.
I won't be salty if he goes out looking for weird root mush and don't come back.
I mean, there's definitely gonna be some Myrmidon Templars who are going to look for some opportunities, I'll say.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'll just remind you, there are 4 Knights of the Raven in the party now.
True.
So whatever you speak about, be mindful.
War Knights of the Raven. I don't actually know what that means.
So a Knight of the Raven is a non-secular knightly order of Mor, and they worship Mor, the god of death. And they particularly are against like necromancers, undead, vampires, and the group did just take down all of these. very high tier kind of undead creatures across the campaign. So Roderick used that plus the secrets of his order to kind of ascend to the Knights Raven, and thus instead of getting 3 Knights of the Magritte Order, he gets 3 Knights of the Raven.
So just don't summon any undead.
Can we summon some undead?
I mean, you can.
I certainly won't do that on purpose.
Miscasts. Uh-oh.
You're right. You'll do it on accident.
Or, you know, someone mentions there's a vampire in the party, you know.
Oh.
I should have just thought that out loud. Just fuck it.
I would have been so down that I would have fired unlicensed magic all over that bitch.
Yeah, we'd immediately become wanted men.
That would be sick as fuck if just this, in the middle of Alice's well-crafted story, if it just became like, uh-oh, time to have to kill all of the quest-giving NPCs with our bare fucking hands.
And that's how the party went to chaos and became a chaos campaign.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
God.
That'd be kind of cool. Not gonna lie.
I mean,
Looking
if it
forward to
was
that
like, if it was like pretty well done, I could see it being pretty cool, actually.
Black Crusade works just like that. It's just 40k.
Okay,
Though it would take a lot at this point.
Mhm.
we're all here,
Anyway.
right?
Is anyone here back?
Porky?
I
Okay, now
think we have a
Porky's
share
gone.
stream right
Porky
now.
left again.
Okay, I'm back. I just got some water.
Okay.
All right.
Let us continue.
So, you walk into the bandit fortress, and it is a veritable sect of ne'er-do-wells and people with cloaks and capes and no one who's altogether refined. You can see the only person that you actually recognize, Gentlemen's Club, is this woman over here. She was one of the other women you spared at Nud's hideout, dealing with all the poachers back a few weeks ago.
Bandit lady who doesn't have a name.
Yeah, bandit. She's just a bandit lady. Yeah, you just remember seeing her. She lived. Your choices have consequences, etc., etc. So
Bandit lady will remember that.
yeah, exactly. It's totally not that I ran out of portraits and I just wanted to use one because I was lazy. That wasn't it. I was thinking about the party's choices, I promise.
I mean, you could reuse portraits. It's
Yes,
not like anyone here fucking remembers them.
Yes, I know. I specifically
Honestly,
reused it, but that's exactly what I did. I was being sarcastic.
Okay.
If you want advice, you should literally use the same kind of generic portrait for everybody who's not important.
I generally do that. These outlaws, for example, come from the same portrait. These guys are the same. Anyone who has a here's actually a good quick thing. If they have an oak, a dark like oak kind of border, then they are like a named character with like a story.
Okay.
For the most part, except for Corinthus and like a couple. I think one of the other core members of the Gentlemen's Club.
Can we make it mahogany? It's a much better wood.
Is that what this is called? Whatever this is called, I don't know.
No, I'm just saying we should make it mahogany, not oak, because oak's not as good as mahogany.
Okay, well let's just say it's mahogany. I don't know.
You can't say make it mahogany.
Okay, I guess I'll make it mahogany. Hang on, guys. I gotta put the game on hold. All right, so in the middle,
They're not mahogany yet.
in the middle of the bandits, you see a druid, and he comes up and he's like, and so Carno says we must reject civilization. We must reject urbanization. Tal, his true name being Carnos, and his elven half, Kernus, demands we reject the unholy power of knowledge and accept the wild, accept the world. Only through this shall we find salvation from chaos's evil embrace. And quite literally everyone, with the exception of his apprentice, Surla, over here, everyone else is just rolling their eyes, but Surla just seems so infatuated in the whole bits as he's just going on. And as you walk in, he goes, new converts to Carnos and into Azray. Welcome, my name is Bertrand. I serve Carnos, Lord of Beasts. The Empire knows him as Tal, Lord of the Forest. May I make your acquaintance?
Well,
We're not here to join.
Oh.
So,
How
so
embarrassing.
what's this guy's name again?
Bertrand.
He screamed at the top of his lungs.
Yeah, Bertrand. If you mouse over, wait, do you see him? If you mouse over, you see his name.
Yeah, okay. So Bertrand, you say, I have some disagreements with your sermon there. How can you turn your back on knowledge itself, knowledge and civilization? They've given us so much, so many ways to fight the corruption that's encroaching upon our land, and you turn your back on all of that progress for a
The
force in
serpent
wood?
uses fumes. Corn uses the ability to make weapons. Zinch, foul staves and magic and such. No, technology is bad. He's just kind of going off like on a contradictory super rant about how all technology is bad.
It sounds vaguely flower mothery. So Integritus is like, all right.
He just rejects all of civilization, more or less. He's on a bit of a profiteering rant right now. Like you look at him and particularly Integritus, you're like, this guy's probably high on weird root right now.
Well, Luda just kind of fucking ignores this guy. He just ignores him, and so who's there was the bandit chick.
Yes, so Surla, or she's, well, wait, this bandit chick or that bandit chick? Which bandit chick are you talking about?
I don't know.
The bandit lady, obviously.
Labeled bandit lady, or
I don't
the one with an actual fucking name?
I don't know, because Daniel kind of calls people like that sometimes.
Yes, it was the fucking one we spared. Bandit,
Okay, yeah. So she's she's kind of leaning by the wall, her hands kind of crossed, and kind of just avoiding the gaze of the gentleman's club.
I literally walk right up to her and be like, "So, you continue to cross paths with us? It's almost like fate brought us together."
The gods work in mysterious ways, elf. Not that an elf would know.
You worship an aspect of an elven god.
You worship an aspect of a human god.
Touche.
It's like elves were here so long before you.
Actually, if you know anything about Imperial lore, which clearly you don't, elf, King Tall was betrayed by his 4 adjutants, and they became the Chaos Gods. So the human progenitors were here far before any of the elves or any civilization at all.
Just the absolute audacity has me speechless. I'm just like, what the? What?
Dr.
doesn't make
Seuss
any
and the
sense at all.
audacity of this bitch.
Lucas, are
But
we
the-
here to talk business?
But Lucas is kind of like a million miles off and think, well, I thought you were all having such great fun, such a great time. By all means, mingle, rub elbows, like make friends, have a good time.
I go, oh,
He seems upset he didn't get to talk. I'm like leaning over to Roger.
He's being a little angsty because he didn't get to. His grand speech didn't work.
So, we heard you've been kicked out of what city was it?
Matorka.
Matorka. That was actually me like asking her.
Out of character, I would ask. You were there for 2 weeks, my brother in Manon, but okay. In character, one of the bandits, I owned a cobbler shop, just making shoes for nobles and middlemen alike. And one day, a bunch of Myrmidon Templars just walk in. They look at my talisman, they knock it to the ground, and they force me out of the city by gunpoint with what I had on me. It's ridiculous. We don't want to be bandits. I mean, but we got to. How else are we gonna survive?
Move to a different city.
Ah, yes. Zavorak, the town with poisoned water.
Not poisoned anymore. We solved that problem.
Well, good on you, Gentlemen's Club. Good on you. But I mean,
Actually, I'm not a member of that either.
well, I don't know what you want from me.
I'm just saying, like, you could not be bandits and, move into Zavorak.
And what? I can't practice my faith openly in there either?
No, I'm sure they're fine with it.
No guarantees. Tall isn't well liked in these parts. It's mainly Myrmidon, Myrmidia, Sigmar, a little bit of Ulrich perhaps, and any other organized faiths have at least in relation to Tall, haven't gone off the ground.
Yes, but what city south of Hochland really accepts Tall anyways?
Telebeckland?
Eh.
It's in the name.
But, like...
And I don't have the money to travel there. I also, have, I have to take care of my wife, and, this is the only guarantee, at least for now. I'm sure once we get enough money, we can move out, but...
There's no guarantee of banditry. You could die in a single moment.
We could kill you.
That's fair, Gentlemen's Club.
Like, this is no guarantee of a happy life with your family. You said you have children?
Just a wife. Maybe a child on the way, but...
I mean, if you're planning to raise a family based on the principles of banditry, what kind of family is this?
Well, we need to save up money first, you see.
And you think banditry is going to save money, running around and spending money on the things that you could normally get within a city, simple needs?
Oh, fair enough. But if you work your whole life, you work 40 years making your own business, and everything you've built is taken away from you due to religious prejudice, how can I ever want to be a part of society again if that can just happen all over again? I might as well take fate into my own hands and take what I can from those weaker than me, because why not? That is what the city did to me.
Lucas chimes in at this point, saying, you are going about this passionate, intense, and I can respect that, but why not take full advantage when the law is on your side, when every law of the land encourages you to get revenge, to exploit, to seek justice that was denied to you? Have you heard of the markets called real estate?
We're gonna start some real estate Ponzi scheme.
Neither I nor the bandit understand what the fuck you're on about.
Most people don't know what the fuck that word means.
Please explain, my good man.
Let's say Lucas walks over. I walk up to, what was his name? Bertrand the Celebrate. I will call him Bertrand the Wise.
Wilhard is actually talking to Anthony Sykewig, I believe. If you're
the bandit schmuck over here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bandage
Anthony's Sykewig over here. Lucas puts his arm around his shoulders and say, "This man says reject knowledge, but you have knowledge to survive and live in the woods. Really, the truest place of ignorance is in the cities, for that's where the suckers are born." Now,
I'm gonna be honest with you. Bertrand's kind of a crazy nut. We just let him in here because he likes Tall, same as us. But I was a cobbler. I respect technology, so don't tell him I said that.
Your secret's safe with me, friend.
I might tell him,
but Wilhard, you evil man.
Now let me tell you about the wonders of low interest loans, but let me tell you about the quarterly returns and cornering the real estate markets.
We're in the wasteland known as the Border Princes. I don't know what you're talking about, my good friend.
That's exactly it. You have markets here that are a hot commodity. People love to buy on the dip. Really, you have booming markets, untapped resources, opportunity for investment aplenty. You don't need to believe any of these words. You don't need to understand these words, but I guarantee you people with money will love it every time you say them and get the promises of even more money. And when you promise them these things, they will give you money that you can just take. And if you phrase it correctly, you'd never have to give it back. You can just steal and rob, and the laws will protect you every time.
So
This sounds like
you're telling me to con people?
No,
but-
no.
But
This is
legally.
This is called politics, and this is called this is called lobbying and establishing legitimate businesses.
So Adzadino says this guy definitely sells NFTs to children.
looking at Lucas.
What the-
So what you're telling them to do is con people out of their money with whatever weird schemes and words you've just said in front of a man of the law.
I mean, if they happen to give themselves a legitimate product back, or
They
they
also
couldn't.
don't have licenses.
See,
What's
that's the matter.
Yeah, I wonder why.
Lucas kind of leans in. Do they need licenses in this area?
They need permission from a prince, which will give them a license / rights to the land.
I think that'd be a great middle ground we could broach here. Take care of two birds with one stone. You're onto something great.
That's what I was getting to before you got in with whatever weird magic words you said.
No, that's great. That's great. Sorry about that. Keep on going.
Anthony
Keep on going.
leans
This is
in.
wonderful.
Why are we whispering?
Anyways, instead of robbing and stealing from people, you could always talk to a local prince about starting up a settlement.
I suppose if we can get assurance that our worship, if not too crazy, assuming we can simply put up our shrines and make our prayers to Tal, if we're given that assurance, then I would gladly stop my banditry efforts.
Well, I know just the border prince to talk to about this,
Oh?
and he happens to live in Zavorak.
Borak, you say? Well, I'll have to talk with some of my compatriots, but it would definitely beat living in the filth here if we get, assuming that Zavorak is the prime place.